Hi everyone. Excuse my messy hair. My name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. So I have something kind of serious to talk to you guys and I hope you'll stay with me to the end and let me know what you guys think. Oh my gosh, my hair is awful. Okay. So, a few years ago I was in Savannah, Georgia. I went to Colonial Park Cemetery and when I was there I had an experience with a ghost. I know, some of you are probably rolling their eyes at me right now going, ghosts? Really, Maddie? And let me tell you, yes. I 100% believe that ghosts are real, along with demons and a lot of other spirits. I feel like there's too many reports of them to just dismiss them, you know? And so I bring with you my story! Yay! So I went to Colonial Park Cemetery. I'm going everywhere. But when I went to Colonial Park Cemetery back in 2018, I had an experience. And when I was there, I walked up to this grave, I started crying, and shortly after I had to leave because I was sad. But it was weird because, as soon as I walked out of the spot that I just started crying in, everything was fine. I was fine. I was like, yes! Yes! Beforehand, and then, this happened, I was kind of mobile. And, I'm just bawling my eyes out. It felt like I had personally known the person who was in that grave next to me, and it was, yeah. And as soon as I walked out of that spot, I was back to yay, ghosts kind of thing, you know? And we left. I didn't look at the grave. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, oh, weird. I just carried on with my life. Sorry. But on July 13th, I went back to that cemetery, this year. And when I was there, I went back to that grave, you know? And the only thing I could read off of that grave was 5 years, 3 months, 6 days. But I'm carrying on with my life. So I saw that and I carried on with my life. I went back to the place we were staying in and I went to journal. Hence the book. And as I was journaling, it got into my head. I went to this grave that since my experience in 2018, I've been sure that it's the grave of a girl child, you know? It's just something that's always been, in my head, in my soul, and every time, my brain tried to go, well, it could also be a boy, you never know, or it could be, an adult who just couldn't afford, a big fancy tombstone. My brain was like, no, it's a girl, a little girl. It's not a adult, it's not a boy, it's a girl. And so, I'm this is, an interesting feeling to have, and to go back, and now that I have, how old she was or how old the child was when they died, I can look it up. So, I went to Google, good old friend Google, and I say as if there's another person. I Googled 5 year, 3 months, 16-day-year-old girl, grave, Colonial Park. And when I went there, I found this website that gave a list of the people who were buried in the cemetery, along with, the age they were, and, when they were buried. Not on all of them. You know? So I went to that website, and the information scared me a little bit. Because it confirmed everything that I thought. It was of a little girl. Not a boy, it was a girl. Named Matilda M. Leset, who was buried July 24th, 1835. What? I texted my friends and I'm panicking. I'm like, guys, how on earth did I know this? And then, one of them said I should be a Ghostbuster. And the other one's maybe you had a connection to this child in a past life. And I'm like, yeah. I'm just freaking out, and, it's a mess. I was a mess. And I'm like, this is really bizarre. My gut feeling, like, in my soul was right. Trust your gut, guys. It's bizarre. So I went, and I found that out, and I'm like panicking. How did I know it was a girl? Like, there was no doubt in my head that it was a girl. And I continued on like that. And, like, I had many thoughts crossed in my head. Like, is this a connection to a past life? Is this, like, I knew this girl at some point? Or is, like, she just trying to take, like, hold of my energy? Because she feels that I'm an empath, and so she wants to communicate somehow. And, like, what's going on? You know, like, so many different theories crossed my head. And as I'm going on, like, with it, I haven't been able to get this kid out of my head since then. And it's been over a week since I was there. And, like, you know, it's kind of turned into, like, a mild obsession. In a way, you know, like, who was this girl? Why? Like, I have so many questions. And I feel like none of them can be answered right now, and it's bothering me, if I'm being honest. I'm laughing because I'm awkward and my hair is a mess. Anyway, so when I went to do more research on Matilda, I couldn't find anything else about her, which was, like, kind of sus, you know? Um, like, I've searched birth records, death records, slave records, obituaries, you know, I've searched a lot of things. And I haven't been able to find anything on this kid. Find any, like, families, I couldn't find any, like, I couldn't find any, which is suspicious, you know? So I come to you guys, and I'm asking you guys if you guys possibly search for Matilda yourselves, and see if you can find anything about her that I haven't been able to. If you work at the Savannah Historical Society or something, like, please, please get back to me about this. You might be seeing me in a few weeks, honestly. Because this child, I feel like there's more to her than is written on her stone, you know? Yeah. So if you guys can help me out, I'd greatly appreciate it. I will be posting, like, what I know about her and what I find out about her, and a link to the picture of her her headstone, and yeah. I hope you guys will help me out, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.